Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we are going to do question number 13 of your textbook. Here we have to prepare subsidiary books along with expenses amount in the books of Shri Sargent Traders of Surendranagar. Here we are given some transactions, but GST is not included for these transactions. We have to add applicable amount of GST. So here we will prepare columnar purchase book with goods and expenses of Sargent Traders, and then we will prepare columnar sales book with goods and expenses of Sargent Traders, and then columnar purchase return book with goods and expenses of Sargent Traders, and last columnar sales return book with goods and expenses of Sargent Traders. So in this way we will have to prepare 4 types of subsidiary books. So let's start with the first transaction. August 1st, goods purchased of rupees 20,000 at 10% rate discount from Viramgam stores, railway freight 1,000, invoice number 171. As this is credit transaction, we have purchased goods worth rupees 20,000 on credit. So it will be recorded in purchase book. So first we will record date, that is August 1st, then name of trader Viramgam stores, inward invoice number 171, then net amount of goods, that means amount which is arrived at after deducting trade discount, so that is 20,000 minus 2,000. 2,000 is 10% trade discount. So 20,000 minus 2,000, that is 18,000. Then railway freight 1,000. Here GST rate is given, that is 12%. As this is the case of intra-state supply, so here input CGST and input SGST both are applicable. That means out of 12%, 6% will go to central government and remaining 6% will go to state government. So here 6% will be calculated on 19,000. That means 18,000, that is net amount of goods, plus expense, that is railway freight 1,000. That means on 19,000 we will calculate CGST and SGST. So 6% of 19,000 is 1,140, that is input CGST, and 6% again for SGST, that is 1,140. Now we will write total amount, and that comes to 21,280. That is 18,000 plus 1,000 plus 1,140 plus 1,140. Then next transaction, date 5th, goods of rupees 30,000 purchased from Manisha of Varanasi, that is in UP. Railway freight rupees 1,200, labor charges 400, invoice number 204. Again this is credit transaction. We have purchased goods on credit from Manisha. So first we will write date, that is 5th August, name of trader Manisha, then inward invoice number 204, net amount of goods, here no trade discount is given, so we will write entire amount, that is 30,000. Then railway freight 1,200, labor charges 400. Here as this is interstate supply, that means here supply has taken place between 2 different states, that is between Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh. So here IGST will be applicable and GST rate is given, that is 12%. Here 12% will be calculated on net amount of goods plus expenses, that means on 30,000 plus 1,200 plus 400, that is 31,600. So 12% of 31,600 is 3,792, that is amount of input IGST. Now we will write total amount, that means 30,000 plus 1,200 plus 400 plus input IGST, that is 3,792. So here that comes to 35,392. So that means 35,392 we will pay to Manisha in future. Then next transaction, date 11th, goods of rupees 15,000 sold to Dattu Corporation at 10% trade discount. Labor charges rupees 600, railway freight rupees 900. Invoice number 231. So this is credit sales of goods. We have sold goods to Dattu traders on credit. So it will be recorded in sales book. So first we will write date here, August 11. Name of customer, Dattu Corporation. Outward invoice number is given, that is 231. Then net amount of goods will be recorded, that is 13,500. That means 15,000 minus 10% trade discount, that is 1,500. So 15,000 minus 1,500, that comes to 13,500. So this is net amount of goods. Then railway freight 900, wages 600. Now as this is the case of interstate supply, that means supply within same state, so here CGST and output SGST will be applicable. As this is the case of sales, so here we will insert the word output with CGST, SGST or IGST. So CGST and SGST will be calculated on net amount of goods plus expenses. That means 13,500 plus 900 plus 600, that comes to 15,000. So on 15,000, 6% CGST and 6% output SGST will be calculated. So 6% of 15,000 is 900. So 900 is output CGST and again 900 is output SGST. Now we will record total amount, that comes to 16,800. Now next transaction, date 16th. Goods purchased from Manisha sold to Alia of Mumbai. After adding 20% on cost price, railway freight 1,200, labor 300, credit period 1 month, and invoice number 232. So here it is given that goods have been sold to Alia which were purchased from Manisha. If you check transaction of date 5th, on that day we purchased goods worth rupees 30,000 from Manisha, and now we are selling it to Alia by adding 20% profit on cost price. So it will be recorded in sales book. Here first we will write date, that is 16th. Here it is 16th. Then name of customer, Alia account. Outward invoice number 232. Then if we add 20% profit to 30,000, that gives you 36,000. So goods worth rupees 36,000 sold to Alia. Then railway freight 1,200, wages 300, and here output IGST will be applicable as this is the case of interstate supply. That means supply between two different states, that is between Gujarat and Maharashtra. So 12% as per 12% GST rate, here output IGST will be calculated on the amount, that is net amount of goods plus expenses. That means 36,000 plus 1,200 plus 300, that comes to 37,500. So output IGST will be calculated on 37,500, that gives you 4,500. Then we will write total amount, that comes to 42,000. Then next transaction, in the same transaction number 18th, Alia has returned 50% goods. The proportionate amount, GST, railway freight, and labor charges are adjusted. Credit note number is 15. This could immediately return back to Manisha. The proportionate amount of GST, railway freight, and labor charges are adjusted. Debit note number 30. C. This transaction will be recorded in, as here it is given that Alia has returned 50% goods. That means it is a sales return for us, because on 16 we sold goods to Alia worth rupees 36,000, and now she is returning 50%. That means half amount of goods to us. So it is sales return for us. We will record it in sales return book. So here in sales return book, first we will write date, that is August 18, then name of customer Alia, credit note number 15, then net amount of goods will be shown at rupees 18,000, that is half of 36,000, as only half amount of goods have been returned. Then it is given that the proportionate amount of GST, railway freight, and labor charges are adjusted. So, as only half amount of goods have been returned, so according to that proportion, each and every expenses will be shown at its half value. So, railway freight will be shown at rupees 600, that is half of 1200. Then wages will be shown at rupees 150, that is half of 300. And output IGST will be shown at rupees 2250, that is half of 4500. And total amount will be shown at rupees 21,000. Then in the same transaction, it is given that this goods immediately returned back to Manisha. If you check the transaction of date 5, date 5th, it is given that we had purchased goods of rupees 30,000 on that day from Manisha, and now we are returning it to her, and we are returning only half amount of goods to her. So we will record it in purchase return book. First we will write date August 18, name of trader Manisha, debit note number 30, and net amount of goods will be shown at rupees 15,000, as only half amount of goods have been returned, so it will be recorded at rupees 15,000, that is half of 30,000. Railway freight will be recorded at rupees 600, that is half of 1200. Wages will be recorded at rupees 200, that is half of 400. Then input IGST will be shown at rupees 1,896, that is half of 3,792. Then total amount will be recorded at rupees 17,696. So in this way we will have to record. Then let's move to next transaction, date 20. Goods of rupees 30,000 sold to Shrestha Corporation, labor charge 250, railway freight 600, invoice number 240. This is credit transaction. This is credit sales of goods, so it will be recorded in sales book. First we will write date 20, name of customer Shrestha Corporation, outward invoice number 240, net amount of goods 30,000, then railway freight 600, wages 250. Here, as this is the case of intrastate supply, so here both output CGST and output SGST both are applicable. Here output CGST and output SGST will be calculated on net amount of goods plus expenses, that comes to 30,850, and GST rate is 12%, and according to that output CGST will be 6% and output SGST will be 6%. So 6% of 30,850 is 1,851. So 1,851 is CGST and again 1,851 is SGST, and total amount will be shown at rupees 34,552. Then let's move further. Next transaction, date 25th. Furniture of rupees 18,000 purchased from Gandhi Furniture Mart, invoice number 180. This is credit sales of assets. So it will not be recorded here. It will be recorded in journal proper that you will be learning in subsequent chapter. Then next transaction, date 27th. 50% of goods returned by Dattu Corporation. The proportionate amount of railway freight, labor and GST are adjusted. This is sales return for us, so it will be recorded in sales return account. If you check transaction of date 11, you will find that on that day we sold goods of worth rupees 15,000 to Dattu Corporation, and now Dattu Corporation is returning half of the amount of goods to us. So it is sales return for us and it will be recorded in sales return book. So first we will write date 27, name of customer, Dattu Corporation, credit note number 16, net amount of goods 6,750, as only half amount of goods have been returned. So 6,750, that is half of 13,500, because goods worth rupees 13,500 were sold to Dattu Corporation, and now half amount of goods have been returned. Then railway freight will be shown at its half value, that is 450, half of 900. Then wages will be shown at its half value, that is 300, that is half of rupees 600. Then output CGST and output SGST will be shown at its half value, 450, that is half of 900. SGST also 450, that is half of 900. Now total amount will be shown at rupees 8,400. So next transaction now, date 28th. Goods of rupees 10,000 purchased on cash from Raju. As this is cash transaction, it will not be recorded here. For this, we will have to mention it in separate note that as this is cash transaction, so it will be recorded in cash book. Now let's move to next transaction, date 30. Goods sold of rupees 15,000 on cash to Kanu. This is again cash transaction, cash sales of goods. It will not be recorded here. It will be recorded in cash book that you will be learning in subsequent chapter. Now we are done with all the recordings of the transactions. Now it's time to total the amount of each and every book. So now we will total the amount of each and every column. So let's total the amount of sales book. Here, total amount of first column, that is net amount of goods. Here we will get 79,600. Then railway freight 2,700. Wages column 1,150. Then output CGST 2,751. Output SGST 2,751. Output IGST 4,500. And finally, the total amount will be 93,352. That means we have to pay to that means our customer will pay us 93,352 in future. That is total credit sales. Now similarly, total purchase credit purchase return is 17,696. Then total credit sales return is 29,400. And total credit purchase is 56,672. So here we have completed question number 13. I hope you would have understood this. Thank you very much.